A pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity. An optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty. The farther backward you can look, the farther forward you can see. Politics is the ability to foretell what is going to happen tomorrow, next week, next month, and next year, and to have the ability afterwards to explain why it didn't happen. Any man under 30 who is not a liberal has no heart, and any man over 30 who is not a conservative has no brains. Success always demands a greater effort. Evils can be created much quicker than they can be cured. When we look back on all the perils through which we have passed, why should we fear for our future? Attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference. Tact is the ability to tell someone to go to hell in such a way that they look forward to the trip. Never hold discussions with the monkey when the organ grinder is in the room. Kites rise highest against the wind, not with it. An appeaser is one who feeds a crocodile, hoping it will eat him last. Success consists of going from failure to failure without loss of enthusiasm. Courage is what it takes to stand up and speak. Courage is also what it takes to sit down and listen. A good speech should be like a woman's skirt, long enough to cover the subject and short enough to create interest. A lie gets halfway around the world before the truth has a chance to get its pants on. Go out into the sunlight and be happy with what you see. There is no such thing as public opinion. There is only published opinion. Personally, I'm always ready to learn, although I do not always like being taught. There is no such thing as a good tax. I am prepared to meet my Maker. Whether my Maker is prepared for the great ordeal of meeting me is another matter. You cannot cure cancer by a majority. The best argument against democracy is a 5-minute conversation with the average voter. Some people regard private enterprise as a predatory tiger to be shot. Others look on it as a cow they can milk. Not enough people see it as a healthy horse, pulling a sturdy wagon. Good and great are seldom in the same man. Those who never change their minds never change anything. Perhaps it is better to be irresponsible and right than to be responsible and wrong. I may be drunk, miss, but in the morning I will be sober, and you will still be ugly. You must look at facts because they look at you. No one can guarantee success in war. but only deserve it. A man is about as big as the things that make him angry. History is written by the victors. When there is no enemy within, the enemies outside cannot hurt you. It is wonderful what great strides can be made when there is a resolute purpose behind them. There comes a precious moment in all of our lives when we are tapped on the shoulder and offered the opportunity to do something very special that is unique to us and our abilities. What tragedy it would be if we are not ready or willing. I only believe in statistics that I doctored myself. Those who can win a war well can rarely make a good peace, and those who could make a good peace would never have won the war. Although always prepared for martyrdom, I preferred that it should be postponed. You have enemies. Good. It means you've stood up for something, sometime in your life. It has been said that democracy is the worst form of government except all the others that have been tried. Now, this is not the end. It is not even the beginning of the end, but it is, perhaps, the end of the beginning. We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. When the eagles are silent, the parrots begin to jabber. The truth is incontrovertible. Malice may attack it, ignorance may deride it, but in the end, there it is. To improve is to change. To be perfect is to change often. This report, by its very length, defends itself against the risk of being read. The greatest lesson in life is to know that even fools are right sometimes. My education was interrupted only by my schooling. Once in a while you will stumble upon the truth, but most of us manage to pick ourselves up and hurry along as if nothing had happened. Politics is not a game. It is an earnest business. The whole history of the world is summed up in the fact that when nations are strong, they are not always just, and when they wish to be just, they are often no longer strong. One must never forget when misfortunes come that it is quite possible they are saving one from something much worse. The recognition of their language is precious to a small people. All wisdom is not new wisdom. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Fear is a reaction. Courage is a decision. There are a terrible lot of lies going about the world, and the worst of it is that half of them are true. Continuous effort, not strength or intelligence, is the key to unlocking our potential. You will never reach your destination if you stop and throw stones at every dog that barks. You can always count on Americans to do the right thing after they've tried everything else. Nothing in life is so exhilarating as to be shot at without result. Nothing makes a man more reverent than a library. Do you know why the nose of the bulldog is sloped backwards? So it can keep on breathing without ever letting go. Criticism may not be agreeable, but it is necessary. It fulfills the same function as pain in the human body. It calls attention to an unhealthy state of things. My tastes are simple. I am easily satisfied with the best. Harsh laws are at times better than no laws at all. If we open a quarrel between past and present, we shall find that we have lost the future. One ought never to turn one's back on a threatened danger and try to run away from it. If you do that, you will double the danger. But if you meet it promptly and without flinching, you will reduce the danger by half. I am an optimist. It does not seem too much use being anything else. I never worry about action, but only inaction. I decline utterly to be impartial between the fire brigade and the fire. A metal glitters, but it also casts a shadow. I could not live without champagne. In victory, I deserve it. In defeat, I need it. I am fond of pigs. Dogs look up to us. Cats look down on us. Pigs treat us as equals. A fanatic is one who can't change his mind and won't change the subject. Difficulties mastered are opportunities won. All I want is compliance with my wishes after reasonable discussion. History will be kind to me, for I intend to write it. My most brilliant achievement was my ability to persuade my wife to marry me. When you're 20, you care what everyone thinks. When you're 40, you stop caring what everyone thinks. When you're 60, you realize no one was ever thinking about you in the first place. I don't like mixing up moralities with mathematics. It is no use saying, "We are doing our best." You have got to succeed in doing what is necessary.